G'day, g'day, g'day. Check, check, 1, 2. I think we have sound. I think we've got audio from in-game, so we are rocking and rolling. Welcome, welcome everyone to another stream. Yeah, it's another war stream. This time around, we've got the Pirate Horde facing off against War Machine Destroyers. Yeah, so this is a rematch. We faced them 2 weeks ago to the day. So they have come into our frequent flyer circle. Where we sort of face them on a fairly or semi-regular basis again, at least until they drop a couple members, as I think they plan to do. But for now, we'll relish the opportunity to keep versing them. As I said, it was a long time before between when we last faced them and last time, and now we get to face them again. So how good is that? So I'll quickly just drop this into chat just so it appears on the stream. But yeah, as always, if you do have any questions about anything, please do sing out, because while I'm on stream is the easiest time to get a direct answer. Yeah, I'm always happy to answer questions about anything or everything during the stream. I'm just going to get rid of all of those messages because I've read them all on my phone, just not on BlueStack. So go figure. So yeah, any questions, sing them out, and I will address them as I see them come in. Yeah, so I'll get it out of the way right at the beginning. Actually, no, I won't, because it's going to trigger me if I start going down that path, but maybe we'll talk about it at the very end. Yeah, so last time we faced War Machine Destroyers, it was a 28v30 war. I had a chat with one or two of the guys, and yeah, they've gone back up to 30 on 30. Doesn't mean necessarily I think that they're going to have 30 players using their flags. I think they might have one or two quote-unquote opt-outs. But they've got them on a battlefield just so that they, yeah, like us, they've got the opportunity to use their flags, should they come available. That is rough. That is a 1 point revive loss. Oh man, who was that on? Ish. Oh man. Just quickly time that. That's rough. Getting a 1 point revive loss. All right, anyway, so we've got 30v30, they're running blue tank still, we are still running yellow. That's pretty much the surmising of where things are at. We've got 148 flags, they've got 153, so we have used 5 more flags, but we do have a 200 point margin, so that's about 40 points per flag variation between us. So getting these partial kills like this doesn't help them catch up, so go us. Yeah, this is just ticked over into the second half, so there's a number of targets available. I will pick up any of the double revivers that are around. It doesn't look like there's too many once again, which is awesome, because it's not a huge amount of fun to just pick up double revivers like we have to do against Uprising. So I think there's just JFT Tricky, I think, is the only one I can see there. I can't see any others. I think that's all of them. Awesome. So 1 double reviver, and then we can just go for points in big teams, which is great fun. Much more fun anyway. So we got JFT Tricky. We'll start ourselves off. It is a Panzer tank, was it? No, Tremor tank. I am really on the ball, it seems. Let's go with blues. Let's start ourselves off with blues. So we'll go the double war chest setup. Grab booster next. There she is. Chuck in a Ksenia, and also we'll chuck in a blunderbuss, and we should be pretty much good to go with that. So we'll just switch speed crit guns here, dodge gun on booster, and a speed crit on the second war chest as well. Alright, good luck JFT, and hopefully not too much luck though. Oh, El Kokoi's going after me again. Not a great board to start ourselves off. There's not a huge amount that's directly flowing on this one. We've got a match, red match we can make up the top here, which will probably do that because it'll bring our blues into play. We'll do the blues next and hopefully get a little bit more stuff on the board, which we're not getting, so we'll just keep making one-off. Oh, that was really rough placement. Go that way, and we're just going to try and trigger Krampus next before we fire Blunderbuss. We get rid of him. Excellent. That's good. It's about as good as it was going to get. So now that Krampus is fired, I don't have to worry about losing my buffs. So we'll just do that next and do the double war chest. And hopefully finish off Termi. Not quite. That should finish Terminus. Now we just need a single brick, or a single tile, sorry, onto Ksenia. I don't think I'm going to get, to be honest. So we'll just have to hope she doesn't revive everyone. Oh no, we are going to get her. Awesome. Thank you, Ksenia. And that should be done. Sweet. So, double reviver done and dusted, which is always great. I like getting them over and done with to start ourselves off. Oh dear, that sucks. Yellow v yellow. There we go. Defense is held up nicely. So that's still my defense. I haven't changed it in a little while. The only change I made recently was when I got the Talon Dark Flame in there. So we got the double Ksenia because I really rate Ksenia way more than I rate Terminus as a hero. Mainly because they have almost identical revive chances, but Ksenia does healing and charge generation. Terminus does nothing. So yeah, Ksenia is, in my opinion, much superior to Terminus. And we just got War Chest Krampus because Krampus steals buffs and War Chest kicks ass. And then we've got Dragon Fist in the tank position. And that's been my defense for a little while. Where are we going next? Let's go. Let's return serve. Oh, but it's only 33. What are we looking at? I think 35 is about the max points we've got available on a 30v30. There's a 36, so we might pick them up. Got some interesting heroes in there. Having a look at some of the options, both in terms of points and also emblems. No reviver there, so we won't bother there. Interesting positioning. 5s. 36. Okay, Raz, welcome, welcome. Raz is one of my pirates. He's one of the other ones that sort of is often contesting for the top spot on war performance. I've edged him out for a little while now. I think Hostile Ox actually is the closest contender to me at the moment on war performance. So, alright, we'll start off with Docken just to get that undusted. So interestingly with Docken, he's got a double set with the Monster Island heroes, which is interesting because their effect doesn't really make too much of a difference. Seeing as all of this stuff at the bottom doesn't apply during war, this only applies during the Monster Island event. This top section is the only bit that actually applies, and it's not a great family bonus. It increases the healing received. No healing here on Brutus. Jaguar does self-healing, but she's in the wing, so we're not too worried about her. It could work actually quite well with Unicorn, seeing as Unicorn does... Well, actually, no, it doesn't, because Unicorn does armor, not healing. So it's really only Ksenia that's giving any benefit to that family bonus. So, yeah. Brutus tank it was. I haven't mentioned it, Raz. I've been very good. I've not made a single comment about the Monster Island yet. I was going to save my rant till the very end of the stream, and I'm going to try to not get triggered by that comment right now, because it is an absolute shambles. And Small Giant Games have done an absolutely horrendous job with managing it this time around, which is really disappointing because the event... no, I'm getting sidetracked. No, bad gov. We'll do that at the end. We'll save that rant for the very end of the stream. Alright, so this is the team I'm going to use. Just switch some guns over. We'll go speed gun here as well. And yeah, so this is a little bit different to what I've been doing with this. I'm introducing Nima as a secondary healer to Wyatt. Nima's recently been maxed for me, getting a couple emblems now, and she's actually a lot of fun to use, particularly on war machines, which is a bit of an interesting spot to use a minion making healer, or rather a healer via minions. But the reason why she's so good is because of those last two aspects of her special skill. Getting 80, well, it is 94%, but I've only got her at 8 out of 10. So 82% defense against purple. And also all yellow heroes are immune to ailments. When the purple war machine does a accuracy ailment, I think it is. It's actually very, very good to have someone that can protect your entire team. So yeah, a little bit of a sneaky one to use. You do often lose a little bit of attack power by using out and out support heroes, but in the case of Nima, it's actually quite good. So Brutus is going to play whack-a-mole on someone. I'm not too concerned at this stage because we've got plenty of time to sort that out. 500, nice. So Raz was one of the first people I think I saw that actually had Clara maxed out. It's kind of cool. Really loves her for some reason. Don't know why. No, I'm kidding. Clara is a really good hero of the month. So yeah, if you've managed to get Clara, well worth leveling her up. Raz can talk and has talked for a long time about how awesome she is. But the short of it is she is a hero that does the damage to all enemies. But not only that, she gives a berserk buff to all of her allies as well, which is a really, really, really strong buff. Because it's effectively an attack buff that just keeps on going and going and going and going, and it gets up to like plus 131% attack, I think is where it maxed out at, which for an attack buff is absolutely huge. Like 131%. Like you look at Dragon Fist, who's got 1,000 attack already. If I gave him 131%, that gets it up to 2,300 attack. Which is a lot. Like, that's a lot of attack. So yeah, very much worth using. And the Berserk buff works best actually against minion heroes. Because every strike from minions counts as a hit, which increases the attack buff. So yeah, just another cool handy tip to use. Mind you, it has to be a minion that actually strikes. So using minions against Nima doesn't make much sense, but using minions against, say, Talon and Bella does make sense because they do damage. All right, where are we going next? Where was we going next? Let's keep let's keep bashing Monster Island heroes. As well, we're on a roll with it so far. Let's fight Monster Island with Monster Island, I guess. So we'll go Accent, Chainsaw, Melter. Where's Melter? Melter. And then we'll chuck in Wyatt. Where's Wyatt? Alright, so we'll go Speed Gun onto him, and we'll give Dodge Accuracy to these two. Speed crit to both of them, and that should be about good to go. 2 from 2 so far. Hopefully we keep going. Always good to start off with a couple wins. Not a huge amount immediately doing, but it isn't a too bad board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this yellow match here, and the reason for that is it's going to put this red one up to that space there. And what that does is it gives me a 1 in 5 chance of being able to get a automatically matched red L shape there. It also gives me another 1 in 5 chance to be able to make it on the next turn by having a red tile pop into that space. So we'll make that match and see where we end up. Not quite there, but we'll get it in the next turn. So we'll do that match, then we'll get our reds going just there. Best case scenario would have been if that had have auto matched somehow, but we didn't quite get that outcome. So we are kind of just biding time a little bit. Let's get some mischance going. Right. let's play whack-a-mole on him. Alright, now, if I make this move, Mare's probably going to fire, which is not ideal, but I'm not going to be able to combat Mare anyway. Alternatively, I can make this yellow-blue match, which will clear out all of those blue tiles. Those 3 and 1, 2, 3. I'm probably going to do because she's going to fire anyway in the next turn. Hopefully that gets me some tiles, though. No tiles. Naturally. Alright, only 1 hit. That's manageable. Not ideal. Ah, there's the red tiles. Just too late. So good news is we are still chipping away some damage on Terminus, which is great fun. I will pick off Accent just so that I don't have to deal with her hitting me again. And then we'll finish off turn there. So now we just got to get Mare and Old Shady in the corner. Heal, ailments, blind and or fiends. Ooh, he resisted something. What did he resist? He dodged the fiends, which is not what I wanted. Right, fix her that way. I did say one of the first, by the way, Raz. I didn't say you were the first, just one of the first to get her maxed out. There's not many that can compete with JC when it comes to leveling heroes. He's just got, oh, actually, that's not true. Sarge Lopez probably could. They've just got a lot of stockpiled reserves due to their excessive farming. I can probably max them just as quick as well, but I'm sort of still out of thinking, do I want to bash a third Monster Island setup? May as well, let's do it. Let's go through. Let's just keep bashing Monster Island heroes. Because why not? Let's switch back to an old faithful team. We'll chuck in blunderbusses. Wyatt. Another Wyatt. And Ksenia. Where's another one of her? There's one. Alright, so we'll go those 2 guns there. We'll switch to accuracy guns on Emma's, and we'll just chuck in dodge on Wyatt. And we should hopefully be alright. A lot of Master Weapon Quest guns on this defense. Not a bad thing, just an interesting choice all in all. Particularly when some of them are, that one's health, that one's burn. That one makes sense, I guess. Or yeah, poison makes sense. Maybe not so interesting, just not used to seeing it. Used to seeing a lot of dodge weapons, really. So when you see something not dodge, it's like, oh, goody, I don't have to deal with dodge going crazy. Which is always a nice feeling when you don't have to worry about heroes dodging your attacks. At least not quite as often. Oh, don't do that. Come on. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't think she was that low health. Didn't realize she was that low health. Obviously. Please die. Good. I don't really want to deal with Barbie. Moment. The upside of using the accuracy guns on Emma is you get very, very little missing. Even when combined with blunderbusses effect. So you've seen there, I just landed 12 from 12 shots with Emma, which is really, really great when she's kicking out a couple hundred damage. You know, their first miss. So 17 from 18 hits and kicking out 300 or 400 damage every time. It is so great. All right, we're doing pretty all right. 4 from 4 so far. Guess we're just. I don't think there's any more teams with a lot of Monster Island heroes in them. Should probably move on from that. It does feel good, given all of the issues that are around that event at the moment, just to take your frustrations out a little bit on some of the heroes from the event. So we'll move on from that one now. Yeah, it's a phenomenal weapon, Raz. That's shame you missed out on it. It's a very, very good one. Particularly, I mean, it's plus 16% accuracy, and Blunderbuss does minus 32% accuracy. So you end up with a minus 16% accuracy. So half as many shots from Emma that would miss now hit, which is really, really, really great when you're getting plus 200% attack, essentially. All right. Waffling, we'll go 8-bit, Cooper, Giselle, chuck in the big mare, and another Wyatt. We got one left after this. Speed gun on mare, accuracy dodge on Wyatt, and the yellow weapons are sorted. Alright, 5th attack. Ripping through this though, without too many issues either, which is always handy. This is a nice board. I like this board. So lots of green tiles in nice spots. There's also a couple reds that are yellows that are on in the area. So I'm going to make this blue match to start with. So we'll do that. It's that one. Trailblazer SVK is the name of the weapon, Raz. So yeah, make that move to start with. Didn't quite get the tile drops that I was hoping for out of that match, but it's all right. So we'll make the greens first just to conserve our yellow positioning, and then we'll do the yellows second. Pick up that, hope for a yellow match in the middle, which we'll get. We don't worry too much if Tremor fires once. It's if he fires a second and third time that we start getting annoyed, which he might do with that dodge. Because we're now out of all tiles that are useful to us. There we go. Got him once at least. That one. Would like some healing on the board soon. Wyatt. That is perfect timing. Look at that. Then we'll drop that mindless attack element on them. Good. Now we just need to pick up some tiles and we're done. Because they're not going to use their special skills for a while now. Well, they might if I mismanage him. How many times does Mortis revive? I'm going to go with twice because he's been pretty quiet today for me. Oh no, that's not where... that was meant to go on to Mortis. And it obviously didn't. Was not intended. I reckon he's only going to revive once, personally. Just my gut feel. Alright, this should finish him off with the second yellow match that we'll get. That now. Now we should be able to pick off Mortis. Maybe. Might be a bit far out, yeah. Just a little bit far out. This board is not very good, being completely honest. It's kind of very stop-starty. You're kidding me. How is he not dead there? I don't understand how he's not dead. And Ksenia somehow did not get affected. Firewing trig, that's why. Resisted it. I need to make some matches over this side here just to get greens going without triggering Ksenia again, because I don't think I've got enough health to fight her off again. But I've got no tiles at all. I might not have much of a choice in it, to be honest. Alright, let's go for it. Hope for some yellows, no revives, 1 revive, not too bad. Yellows. Ugh. 1 HP. This is not looking promising, is it? 500. Um. Oh, no, that was close. Damn it. No. Ah. That's irritating. That's very irritating. Because it started off looking alright. Started off looking very nice. Alright. 290s on the cards. Not 300. As we would hope for. Alright, let's finish off with... Who do we finish off with? Mm. 36 point. No revivers though, so I really shouldn't do it. Could circle back to... No, there's no revivers, so we shouldn't attack him. Alright, we'll just finish off with Major Strohker or Stomp. Go with Strohker. Alright. What do we got left? What do we have left in the tank? We've got another Emma setup that we can use. Not as good though. Actually, I don't know if I do have another Ksenia. May as well do it. Alright, so we got Emma. And we'll go... Sorry, that's not Emma, that's Ksenia. That's Emma. And then we'll chuck in Mortis. Our last blunderbuss is up here. I think, do I have another one? I should have a plus 12 one. Yes. And then our last white as well. So we'll go dodge gun here. Do that again, dodge on Wyatt, and speed crit on these two. Alright, last one. Hopefully, a couple nice tiles to finish ourselves off. Not too shabby. So we'll make this match here. Reason being is it's going to pick up the match 3 green to start ourselves off. It's also going to cascade these 2 yellows up to here and make that a match. And there's a chance we might get some greens down here. This red's going to come within range of those 2 reds as well in the next turn. So we'll do that. Which should all flow through. So we'll grab the reds next and then we'll fix up with... We'll go the greens that way. Pick up some more reds. Not quite managing to get... Nope, we did get Panzer. Never mind. We do want to trigger Krampus before we go on with Blunderbuss. So we'll do that quickly, get him fired. And then we'll go Blunderbuss and Ksenia just to get their buffs rolling. And now we just need to find some final green tiles to get Emma's charge, or Emma and Mortis charge, sorry. Which we should have now. We'll go a quick sneaky heal, get Mortis going, hopefully get 5 hits and 1 or 2 crits. 2 hits, no crits. And some dodging from Mortis as well. We'll hold that for now. Just there's all right. Here we go. We're on Raz. We got 1 revive. How many can we get? 2. We're on. Oh, taunt's up again now. That's not ideal. Mm-mm. We used it. Oh. Mmm. You're kidding. How is Ksenia not dead there? Alright. Oh man, that's ridiculous. You have to be kidding. And now we're... Oh, this is frustrating. So frustrating. There's nothing I can do differently with it. Ah. Ah. What a joke. I'm sorry. Ah. Alright, so 267 it is. Not 290, not 300, not 320 as we probably could and should have gotten, but 267 it is. So will it be enough? Hopefully. 152 flags on their side, 139 on ours, so fingers crossed that it still goes alright. What time is it? 20 minutes. 20 minutes till that event ends. Alright, so I'll touch on it now. So Monster Island event, skip that because we've already done that. Silly. Monster Island is an event that's in its second iteration now. And in its first iteration that it came around, there was a lot of bugs. And I mean a lot of bugs with it. The biggest and most widespread ones was the fact that hordes were respawning but not respawning for every alliance. And they were also sometimes appearing on the map as quote-unquote respawned hordes, but then just never did. They disappeared off the map, or they'd kick you out if you tried to attack them. They just simply didn't exist. Now, this was reported to the developers by myself and a number of other players, and we got basically dismissed and told that this bug didn't exist, and that they said that they would investigate, but obviously never did, because we've come around to the second iteration 2 months on, and lo and behold, the same bugs are still in the game. So you can see here with ours, all these hordes are respawning, or allegedly respawning. However, we scroll through the log there is no kills on them, right? So they should all still be on our map. Yet, there's nothing on our map. Because for us and a number of other alliances, we've been hit by this bug a second time around, where we've essentially been hamstrung in our score. We can't score points. We can't compete in the event. We can't even play the event. We've not used any energy for almost 24 hours in this event, which is quite irritating when we were affected by the bug last time around, and it was reported to Small Giant Games, and they did absolutely nothing about it. So as you can see, our alliance is now 51st out of however many are in there. We are one of a large number of alliances that are on 5,129,000 or thereabouts. Like you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 29 alliances that are all on 5,129,000. We're within plus or minus 100,000 points of each other. And the only reason for that is all of these alliances have had zero, and I mean literally zero hordes respawn. We've not been able to score any more points. There's a number of these alliances here that have got 100,000, 200,000 more, where they've had a couple of their hordes respawn, but nowhere near the number that are happening for some of these alliances that are in the top, quote unquote, top 10. Like, I'm using quote unquote a lot because you can't really say that it's a top 10 finishing if, 29 of the top alliances simply aren't able to compete in the event. So, had we been able to score or had the hordes respawn, we're looking at about 1.5 to 2 million points per set of respawns. We would have had them respawning probably a third time in the event, and we would be looking at about 3 to 4, probably 4 to 5 million extra points on our score. But, we can't, because literally nothing there for us to do. So there's been about 400,000 energy across our alliance that we've just not been able to use. So, yeah, it's rather frustrating because the event has a lot of potential to be interesting and different and requiring strategies and team play and all that kind of thing. But, for the second iteration in a row, there's been these bugs which have stopped alliances from actually competing. So, yeah, and, it's irritating. It's frustrating. It's not fair on these alliances. Like, there's a lot of those alliances there that are, like, there's us, we're normally top 10 in most things. Global Empire is normally in top 5 as well. They've barely been able to score more points than us. You've got Space Monkeys, who have been up and coming into the top 10 region recently. Puzzle by Silence. These Russian alliances are always in and around the top 5, top 10 in team alliance events. Like, you've got Bearded Lumberjacks, Inquisitors, Praetorians, and Warriors of the Empire. Even Elite, they're normally up there with us in terms of competing in these events. But, we're stuck with 50 through 75 purely because we're just not able to compete in this event. So, grats to the people that were able to put on a score, but yeah, it's a shame. Like, nothing against these guys, but Roughneck in theory, these guys have got 24 members, and they're placing number 4. Now, not saying that they couldn't do well, but there's really no way that an alliance with 6 less members should be able to finish in, top 5 in this sort of event when there's top players, top alliances with 30 members that just aren't able to. So, yeah, it's a shame. It's irritating and frustrating because there's nothing we can do about it. We developed our strategy. We played the thing and went in hard and went in with good faith that Small Giants Games did what they said they were going to do and that they were going to fix and investigate these issues. But yeah, it's just complete letdown by them that they've done absolutely nothing. They've not made any effort. They've not done anything at all to fix these issues. Now, not to say that they haven't done stuff to this event since its last iteration. As part of after I finally gave up on trying to convince them that there were the bugs in the game around this event, they asked for feedback on it. I gave them 14 points of feedback. The first point of which was to fix the bugs, which they ignored. But there was a number of other ones that they did take on board. Like, this whole examine mode is falling out of that feedback. So the examination mode, if you did not know about it, click this little magnifying glass and you can actually investigate different things on the board. So you can investigate your alliance members, see how many flags they've got left, see what their team is that they've got equipped, see what items they're using. So you can do that on any of your ally mates. You can also see who is on a square. So you can see here under me, there's also 2 other people. So I can click on that and I can see that there's Hostile Ox and Dave and myself, and we can see this is what I've got equipped. When they're active, you can also investigate hordes and investigate the apexes. So if you went over to wherever an apex was and clicked on them, it would bring up a little window which would show what the apex is, what its special skill is, all that kind of thing. So that's all fallen out of some of the feedback I gave. There's also some other stuff that they've added in. They clarified a lot of the event rules and event info, because previously they didn't have good information around this section about the hordes, and more specifically about this line right here. After a horde is defeated, another one will take its place after a certain period of time. That whole information was missing in the first iteration of the event. Some other things from that feedback, we've obviously got the keys that are in play now, which is great. So previously the keys had to be individually done. So if you found a key, you had to use that key to unlock a chest. Whereas now that's been changed. You don't have to do that. You are able to share the keys, which is great. Some of the feedback they didn't take on board. So one of the ones I said was in being able to expand this mini map. So for a lot of players, that is actually a very small screen on a phone. So it's actually quite difficult to view the mini map. So yeah, if you wanted to give some feedback to Small Giant Games, this is some of the stuff that I would suggest you include. There'll also be nice to have a counter of how many of the hordes and apexes have been found versus killed. So just for everyone's information, there is 10 apexes, there are 10 treasure chests, and there are 10 relic chests, and a total of 40 hordes on the board. So just if you wanted to keep track of that yourself. What was some of the other stuff? So this is another thing that they added on my feedback. You can actually open up their information from this menu. So I can click on any of my alliance members and that. And then they also added this show location button, which is new as well. So I asked for a quick zoom. So you can do that and quick zoom back to it. So that's another piece that they've done, which is great. I did ask for a camp button, but they didn't actually add that one. So one that would quick take you back to the campsite rather than having to scroll around the thing. And the other thing that they added, which I asked for, was a horde has respawned in sector XYZ. So that was something that was definitely missing last time around and is now in there. So all in all, they've made some improvements, but the biggest improvement they needed to make is the one improvement they didn't make, which was to fix the bugs around horde respawns. So there's two bugs that are with that. So one is obviously that they don't appear for some alliances. So we physically cannot attack them. The second one is that if they respawned, quote unquote, while you were online without closing the game, so if one reappeared right now, it would actually appear on my map. I could travel over to it, and then I'd be able to click and attack it, except it would boot me from the game instantly, because in our alliance's setup, there are no hordes that are respawning. The mechanic is there and it counts down and something appears on the map. But if I then closed the app and reopened it completely, that horde will disappear from our map, like is the case right now, where there are no hordes on the board. But if I happened to be online and hadn't cleared my cache, I could go to it and attack it. But because it didn't exist, it would error out the game. So that's that's the quote unquote known issue in the game at the moment, is that if we go across to support and their announcements, there it is. So they've said that attacking these minion hordes that respawn incorrectly will result in a crash. So they've now updated this, because this was not how it was worded before. But yeah, it's just bad. It's very, very bad. If any businesses are out there that need an example of poor bug rectification and customer service, this is a great example of it. So anyway, I said I'd limit myself to only the one rant. There's my mega rant about the subject. It's gone for what? That was 10-minute rant. That's probably a new record for me, going on about the same subject over and over again. Anyway, we're done. We've used our flags. We've got a slight lead at the moment. I'll just pull up my points per flag calculator just because I'm curious about it. That one. So what do we got? We got 16, 1635 on our side, 1247 on theirs. We've got 139 to their 150. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, 30. Ah. So the scores are very, very even. Oops. I'll just update that. 1252 with 149 remaining. So yeah, scores are very, very even. What is going on? Yeah, so projected scores is within 30 points of each other at this point in the fight. So it'll be interesting to see how it all flows out. But yeah, good luck everyone with your own wars. Yeah, this one's going to shape up to be a buzzer beater, I think, and it's going to come down to the line. So yeah, good luck everyone. Hopefully you were not affected too much by the Monster Island bugs and the issues in that, all of that. So if you were, commiserations. I highly recommend reaching out to support and basically badgering them until they get you some form of recompense, because if you're like our alliance, where we're now in 51st, which is outside of a loot bracket that we were basically guaranteed to get, we're probably going to get 2 to 10. Worst case scenario, we would have been in the top 20, and now we're outside of that. So we're 2 loot brackets down where we probably should have been. So yeah, if you're like us, definitely recommend contacting support. You basically do it by going options and then hit the support tab, go support, and then click on any article, literally anything, hit no, this was not helpful, and that will bring up a window to reach out to support. So definitely worth doing out. So yeah, good luck everyone. I'm going to end it there before I get sidetracked again with another rant about how terrible that event was and how unfair it was to many alliances. So good luck. Stay safe, stay healthy. I have just uploaded, I was a couple days late with it, but I uploaded the end of raid season stuff to my channel. So in that one, we ended up placing in the top 10 again. So that shows the fights and my strategy with going for that. So feel free to check that one out. But until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.